Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with The Nation newspaper. The major story here: refineries in Naira. It's a win-win for investors, marketers, users. Less pressure on domestic currency. Those are the riders with regards to that headline. Another story here: North leaders in final push to end banditry, terrorism. At the top corner there, Yakubu: after 110 years, Nigeria is indivisible. Ethnic groups interwoven. A report seeks PIA amendment to halt falling government revenue. And those are some of the stories you find on the front page of The Nation newspaper. To the platform Times now. Tinubu will serve another 4 years as Yoruba son, says Osoba. And how we lobbied other senators to pass a Southwest Development Commission bill. Bamidele is quoted as saying that. How poverty drives open defecation in Southwest, UNICEF offers solutions. Now, most Nigerians in Lebanon reluctant to return home amid Israel-Hezbollah conflict. Federal government. Ayedatiwa vows to prevent reoccurrence with long-term solutions. Bandits kill one, abduct traditional ruler, 2 sons, 6 others in Kebbi community. At the top corner there, I'll never forgive Kola Abiola's children. I'll never forgive Kola Abiola's children fight over willed £650,000 inheritance. Some stories on the front page of the platform Times. To the Punch newspaper now. Rivers crisis. Wike camp heads for court as Fubara swears in local government chairman. APC-PDP faction vow legal battle as governor. Atiku others counsel local government chiefs on residents' welfare. And another story here: tariff hike, Disco's revenue jumps to 887 billion naira. 2027, Labour Party welcomes Kwankwaso's offer to be Obi's running mate. Another downstrip, Abba Moro tackles Alia as APC sweeps Benue local government seats. And I trafficked drug to pay my MSc fees. That's what the Canadian suspect arrested at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport is saying. 50 CNG stations are servicing 200 million Nigerians, NMDPRA. At the top corner there, Nigeria's debt servicing source to 6 trillion naira, says CBN report. Some of the stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper. To the Salient Times now. Bauchi governor present as Fubara swears in 22 APP chieftains, other as local government bosses. Charges them to resist provocation to violence. Says, emulate my style, you will win at last. Rivers people have rejected godfatherism. Atiku is quoted as saying that. PDP wins 30 seats. APC won in Akwa Ibom local government polls. At the downstream there, swarm of bees attack thief, forcing him to return a stolen item. Interesting. At the corner there, Pastor Slums dies during child dedication service in Maiduguri Church. May his soul rest in peace. Oyetola Abiodun to inaugurate Ogun Dry Port October the 11th. Funds to pay corps members. He hires youth to stop them from accessing secretariats. Allegedly pays 20 youth per ward 15,000 naira to carry out plan. Now, willed £650,000 inheritance tears MKO Abiola's family apart as younger sibling takes on late business mogul's eldest son. Kola says, I don't think I'll forgive him. And the downstrip here, Huawei sold $543.6 million to Nigerian banks, CBN. Funds to to pay core members' new allowance not yet released. NYSCDG is quoted as saying that. Some stories on the front page of the Daily News Hub. To the Daily Times now. Withhold allocations to states failing to conduct credible local government polls. That's what Serap is saying to the president. Says democratically elected local government council does not and should not exist at whims and caprice of governors or their political godfathers. Nigeria evacuates citizens from Lebanon amid conflict. And those are some of the major stories on the front page of the Daily Times. To the leadership newspaper now. Edo governorship. APC reps fume over 1 million naira salary deductions from Okpebolo. House leadership's fingered. Spokesperson ignores inquiries. Some juicy committee chairmen have made billions of naira. And another story here. PIA must be amended to boost revenue, Agora policy. Varsity workers issue 21-day ultimatum over withheld salaries. Swear us in or we swear for you, Taraba appointees are quoted as saying this. All right, some stories on the front of the leadership newspaper. Kemi.
And next is the Daily Trust paper. How multi-billion naira illicit arms entered Nigeria 23 times in 7 years. That's the lead story on the Daily Trust. And there are some writers there, experts speaking on how the trend portends grave danger. Investigation ongoing, says Customs. Other stories, it's exactly 1 year now since the war in Gaza commenced, and that is also captured on Daily Trust. 1 year of killings, it says, as well as hunger and displacements. Higher interest rate painful for borrowers, but needed to control inflation from the CBN here. Gunmen abduct school principal, 8 others in Kaduna State, as well as Abuja-Kaduna Kano Highway. FG threatens to revoke Berger's contract over price dispute. Next is the Hope newspaper. On floods, Ayida Tiwa, governor of Ondo, visits affected areas. Minister Tunji Ojo sympathizes with victims. APC sweeps Benue LG poll. How my grandfather raped me, says a 10-year-old survivor. Why we are unmarried, an interesting story there, according to Nigerian bachelors. And on the fuel price increase, DEF moves to restore order. Next is this Nigeria. Food prices still high, suffocating, say farmers, traders, consumers, all of them lamenting and urging the president to intervene urgently in crisis of survival. Report illegal bank charges. CBN urges customers, and 51,443 pension account holders withdraw 43.34 trillion naira contributions in 7 months. National economy has this lead story captioned, Rice prices skyrocket as local production declines. Production can only meet 57% of demand in Nigeria. Consumer protection, a critical ingredient for financial inclusion. NIMC, that's the Identity Management Commission, holds data modifications at centers. And Nigeria set to approve ExxonMobil Seplat divestment deal. Let's check out Daily Independent now. Bring debt capital to life to tame appetite for borrowing, FG urged. As 1 trillion naira can be raised through assets optimization and securitization. Analysts are also speaking here. Nigeria's low savings fueling interest rate hike. Now that's another report there. Kalu Idika Kalu laments country's poor energy production despite rich endowments. Customs acquires aircrafts to combat smuggling. Atiku laws Rivers people for rejecting oppression, self-serving godfathers. That's also then ahead of the Ondo governorship election. 2 million plus voters are registered, according to INEC. Abuja Inquirer says FCTA to lose billions over court judgment of last week, barring VIO officials from what the court called illegal payments. This has been a controversial report now, and that's the latest. Core members worry over delayed 77,000 naira new allowance. And Atiku ex-army chief others hail Governor Fubara of Rivers State. Nature News says Niger State NADS sealed 2.5 billion naira agriculture deal. Sokoto government votes 33 billion naira for new dams to boost Fadama. Lagos set to create funds for plastic waste management. And Trans-Sahara Consortium offers support to Nigeria's sugarcane soybean production. Finally, is Sporting Life. Ronaldo wants De Bruyne at Al Nassr. Man U ready to pay £80 million for Boniface as Chelsea keep £67 million for striker. And Lobi appoint Amokachi as new coach with the sack of Adagbe and backroom staff. All these and more in the papers this morning.
All right. I believe that our viewers have been updated. But I'm sure one of the stories that interests viewers is this local government election
In
Rivers and how things will pan out at the end of the day. The fact that APP swept the results, and Desmond talks about, the governor supported them, and so that is why they got the result that they got. But there are those who are also saying that isn't this an anti-party activity, and that if he intends to seek a re-election, then perhaps he should just move over to the party so that the people know that, okay, this is the party he is in now, since he has decided to dismantle the structure that was put on by Yesumbike, as some are saying.
Well, it seems he has even, we're seeing a more and more vocal governor. At a point, I could even see him on the verge of anger, on Friday when he was still being defiant. It's been a very defiant, governor, especially in the last few days. And, it's all shades of controversy right now. Of course, the other side, they are going on to court from what we've also seen in the papers. Yeah. So it remains to be seen how far this will go. But Rivers, we simply have to just keep track. And the courts, again, are also, will I say, adding to the controversy because, even the NBA has expressed concern about the flurry of, court decisions on